Hi guys, it's Tracy from TMC Coaching, and you are watching another episode, a sequel episode of From the Garage. Remember yesterday, we were talking about leaders initiating connection with their team members. In other words, a business owner doesn't wait for the leadership to come to him or her, she or he goes to them. The same thing is true with a leader waiting for the team member to come to them. No, leaders walk slowly through the crowd and connect with the team members and not wait for them to come to them. Also, that translates to customer satisfaction, right? The customer perception is that they have to come to the team member rather than the team member coming to where they are. You start doing that, some magic takes place, and satisfaction scores begin to go through the roof. Not just with the guest and the customer, but with the team members as well. So this is applied both in overall customer satisfaction, but also in team satisfaction. And that's why I've titled this episode, Smells Like Team Spirit, T-E-A-M. Some years ago in the 90s, a grunge band called Nirvana came out with, they were kind of the forerunners of alternate music. We're talking about alternate magic, about coming back to the roots of true guest relations and internal team relations. So we're going to focus today more on the people behind the counter, the person behind the register, the man or the woman behind the desk, and the people or the company behind the contract. What are you doing right now to empower your team? I'm speaking to those that are in some type of leadership position. What are you doing to empower your shift leaders? What are you doing to empower those that work as your subordinates? Wise business expert Peter Drucker said this: no executive ever suffered because his subordinates were stronger and more effective. I know, it's an obvious statement, but it is profound, right? It's profound because, generally speaking, we can't see the forest through the trees at times when we get our face into the business. We don't look up. We don't look around. We don't see who's following us. So how can we strengthen, support, maintain our team members? Show them that we value them. How can we strengthen our employees? Well, we can help them most by helping them develop their ability to work on their own, independent of us, and yet under our authority. Now, I understand if you're an employer and a manager, there are some out there, they find it very difficult to relinquish any power. They feel like they're losing control if they allow some team members or other leaders to have some of their power. But the truth of the matter is, when you empower a team member, when you support them, you strengthen them, when you help them to develop this ability, you know what you're saying to them? You're saying, I need you. You're saying, you're important here. You're valuable to me. I can't do it without you. I wouldn't want to do it without you. Well, that's pretty significant. So in what ways can you and I as leaders, how can we empower those that serve with us, serve under our authority? 4 I want to mention to you, although there's plenty. Number 1, this is the first. Give them opportunity to make a decision. I would imagine as they're watching you, they know what decision you would make. They'll come into that energy, make the decision on their own, based upon what they've seen you do. That's a win-win. They're doing exactly what you'd want them to do. They're doing what you would do if you were the one making the decision, and yet you have empowered them and connected with them. You've shown them that they're valuable. Second thing that I think you ought to do is grant them space to initiate action. Sometimes where culture is concerned, I've oftentimes seen, maybe it's the manager or the owner or the shift leader, and the team member is supposed to recognize a guest that comes in, and they fail to do so at least in the time frame or the window of opportunity that the owner or the shift leader wants them to. And so they jump out in front. But if you give them just a second or two longer, they might just surprise you and do exactly what you'd wanted them to do. And then what you've done is empowered them. Thirdly, provide them time to solve their own problems. I know in a quick pace industry such as retail or food service, it's very difficult as problems arise. We're playing whack-a-mole. Bang, bang, bang. We know exactly what we're supposed to do and when we're supposed to do it because we've done it so many times. But when you're training and you're bringing up a new generation and empowering them to do the job you want them to do, Don't be frustrated at them if you haven't given them enough time to solve the problem. Give them the resources as well, of course. A final thing that I think would be important in empowering those that serving with us and serving under our authority is recognize them when they meet the challenge. When they do something right, celebrate that. Pause, reflect on what they did good. Say, hey, you know what? I was watching you. That's amazing. You did exactly what I would have done. Great job. You celebrate that, you're adding more value on it. As leaders, this is what we have to remember. That it is not the man with the best brain that always gets the best results. It is the man or woman who knows how to coordinate the brains and the talents of those that work for them that gets the best results. Collectively, we'll always accomplish more. Thanks for joining me today on From the Garage. Be well.